Well, welcome back, folks. Just going to give you a little bit of an update here from my last video. Yeah, I'm going to show you. In the last video, I was putting the I was putting in the dryer vent from out of that utility area, and so I'll just show you how this has ended up here. I didn't get it done in the last video, so I'm going to put my light on here. And I will take you underneath here and just show you how that finished up. So that there is the outlet for it, and underneath, up above us right here, is where that laundry area is. And this is the gas line here that goes into the furnace. And so the new line set will be coming in, and I don't know if you can see it, but down there's a loop of red wire, and so I've got that roughed in for the air conditioning condenser when the guys come to do that. And so if you remember from my last video, I ended up with this is the dryer vent, so I ended up coming through the floor here, and so I have run my dryer vent along underneath here now, and it runs out through the skirting there, so you can see the route that I've taken. So this is finished now. And again, you know, we've taped these joints together instead of screwing them so that it doesn't catch any lint. So that's a little job that's done. I'm not gonna have to crawl back underneath here for that. Okay. And so this little louver vent here, it's louvered, so when the dryer starts to blow, these little flaps open up like this and let the air get out, and when there's no pressure on it, they close up like that to keep bugs out and varmints. And so you know, carrying on here, as I mentioned in the last video, I've got to get I want to get my all my perforations through the roof, you know, so when I get to the roof I don't have to start messing around with that afterwards. So this home didn't have any bathroom fans in it, and so to access the space, and I'm going to take you up there and show you what it looks like. Most of these attic spaces in mobile homes are not, you can't get in there, they're not accessible. But this one, what I did was you can see I removed the tin siding. The tin siding went up there, and yeah, I'll show you what we got up here. It's just like this paper. So this is what they've put underneath the roof. So we've got this tin roof on here right now, and you know, we're going to be switching to a asphalt roof. And so this is like a insulated cardboard, and this is what's underneath the metal. And I believe that is there to keep condensation from happening on the bottom side of that metal. If you have warm, moist air in here, and then you have cold metal, you're going to get frost buildup on it, and then you'll get, when it frost melts, you're going to get dripping in here. So this attic space is excellent. There's no sign of any mold or anything. It's just like, I mean, it's like brand new in here. It's really in good shape. So what I've done, I'll take you inside and show you, is I have this is the fan unit right here. Okay, so this is the top side of it. You can see here's the wire going into it. So I have you know, ran a wire in there, and I'll be putting some insulation on top of this once I get done with this duct. So right now I've got this duct that I'm going to hook up. It's blowing right now. I'm just testing it. And so what I've done to go through the roof is I've made up this little thing out of some 3-inch pipe. So what's going to happen here now is this pipe is going to get connected to here like this, and I'll be putting some insulation on the outside of the pipe. But this is what I'm using. This is okay to use for bathroom fans. It's about the only place you can use this vinyl flex duct. And then that's how it looks like coming out of the roof. And now when I put my new roof on, we're going to be putting OSB on top of this, and so then I'll cut around that, and then I'll be putting on an exhaust to it on. So again, this is all part of, you know, getting ready for my roof. And We've had just terrible weather here for about almost 3 weeks now. It's just been windy and rainy, and yesterday we had severe thunderstorms, and yeah, it's just crazy. So I'm just poking away at these little things, you know, so that once I get going on my roof, I can just hopefully just keep going. But yeah, this is what it looks like in above your mobile home if you have a pitched roof like this. You know, there's different kinds of mobile homes, and you know, some of them have those round flat tops or arch tops, whatever you call them, and they, you know, you can't get access in them, but you know, there's room to crawl in. I was lucky here because this bathroom is right here. I didn't have to crawl in there very far, but on the other end I will. So I don't know if you can see it, but way down there you can see there's a black pipe, but that's the vault part that's up. You can see that sort of sticking up in the attic there, and that's the vaulted section. Alright, so I'm gonna slip the insulation sleeve on here, and I'll bring you back once I get to that point. Yeah, and so this is in the bathroom now, and so right above it, I was just up above this is where I showed you. So this is the new fan that's been installed, and it's running there now. And so, you know, in the process of this, while we have that access, because I'm going to be putting sheeting on the end of that, I'm going to get rid of that paper that's there and put OSB on the end. It's going to get to a point here where we can't get up in there anymore. So, you know, I want to get this all done. And so before we had a corner vanity here, and I've got rid of that, and we're going to put a full length vanity in here instead. And so there'll be a mirror on this wall, and up above here we took away that hanging ceiling light that was there before and moved this over to it's going to be a recessed light over the counter here. So yeah, just cleaning up the electrical here as we go too. I got my electrician friend helping me with that, and these are the switches. So now we've got a light switch and we have a fan switch, whereas before we just had the light switch because there was no fan. Also moved the GFI over to here. This is the GFI breaker. Before it was kind of like right in the middle of here, so we've been like right in the middle of the mirror. So we've moved that over there. We're keeping this section here open because we're going to be putting in a pocket door here. All of this is going to get torn out of here and reframed, re-drywalled. So yeah, this is this little area is coming together. Of course, the bathtub's going to come out. We're going to be putting in a stand-up shower in this area. So and I'm kind of doing the same thing at the front. So this is the, you know, we're cleaning up this bathroom as well. So there, you know, we started out making the hole. We decided where to put the fan and made a hole, and that's the wire for this fan. And again, you know, we've changed the lighting in here a bit, and we've added the switch for the fan, and a GFI. Again, this GFI was over there. This will have a short vanity in here, about a 30-inch vanity roughly, right in here beside the toilet. And so, you know, we'll have a mirror and a light above it, and now the GFI will be over here. Another thing is with these GFIs, with these outlets, a home this age had razor outlets. And so with the razor outlet, you know, there are those little two-prong things, and they have a transformer on them, and so those are not code anymore, and they are switched. Those razor outlets were switched so that when you put the light on, then the outlet would come on, the razor outlet would come on and be powered. So that's not really the best, you know, way to have an outlet in your bathroom. In case you want to run a night light or whatever, it's better to have it powered all the time. So, you know, in some of the changes that we've made here, we've got these GFIs now are powered continuously, so we don't have them switched. So that's a little upgrade there as well. And so these are the fan units that I'm using. I'm just using a Moen unit. So this is just the box for it. It goes up there, and then you can see we have an outlet here with a damper on it, and And this is where I hooked that white flex pipe up. And we're just going to screw it in from the top, and it just gets attached to the rafter there. You can see the mounting holes here. All right, and electrical goes in through that connector there at the top, that little gray thing. And so once I get the other end done, then I'll be crawling into the attic. So this one I can't reach because you know, I've got to get from there to there. So I have a little bit of a crawl to get up there, but there's lots of room for me up in there. So that'll be no problem. All right, and this is the insulation sleeve that I'm going to put over the pipe now. So I've got that 3-inch pipe up there, that corrugated pipe, and so I'm going to be sliding this over the pipe and then making my connection, and then this will insulate that pipe. You want to have your pipe insulated in the attic space there, so that you don't have a cold pipe and you put on the bathroom fan, and if you have a cold pipe, then you get your warm moist air condenses on that pipe and you get water running back down the fan. This keeps everything insulated and warm up there, and prevents that happening. All right, I'm going to get that set up. Yeah, so when I do my roof, just sort of help it clarify this a little bit. So you can see that last truss there. Okay, so you can see the last truss here, and here you can see they've got this stuff. There's no sheeting here, so I'm going to be putting the sheeting on, carrying it on up, and sheeting it right up to the top of this rafter. And when I put the new roof on, we're going to have an overhang, so it's going to come over, and so then I'll be framing back onto this rafter. And so if I have the OSB underneath there, I'll have you know, this will be covered in. I'll have a place to put my new siding on, and then I'll have a place to frame back. So you're going to see how I'm going to create this overhang. And you know, you can sort of see this is just that paper that they've brought and folded over at the end to close in the end of the gable here. But like I say, I'll be putting OSB there. So here I fitted that insulation here. You can see where I fitted this. Inside is that pipe right there. You can see that corrugated pipe there. And so all I've done is that little piece of metal that I made up going through the roof is right there. And I'll take you up on the roof and show you that. But it's just screwed through, and so it's up there firmly. And I've used the that metal foil tape underneath to tape this corrugated pipe to that boot there that I made. And then I did put one screw in here, and so this has got a wire reinforcing. You can see there's a wire there. And so what I did was I put a screw underneath the wire just to hold it, okay, just to keep it from falling down. And again, folks, you don't want to use duct tape. Duct tape is going to eventually dry out, and especially up here in the hot attic. And if you use duct tape for this and don't put a screw in there to hold it up, this eventually will fall down and you'll be blowing into your attic. So now that I have this here, I'm just going to pull this up like this and just tidy this up, and it will be done. Okay, so here's the finished deal, folks. So all I did was I pulled this insulation up now, so that white corrugated pipe is all nice and cozy in there. And what I did at the top was I just cinched it down with some string, and then I took some of that red sheathing tape and just kind of brought it together. So now that'll stay there. And I've replaced the insulation, and so you want to make sure you want to put the insulation back over the top of the fan, because again, if the fan is cold, from cold air in the attic in the winter time, and then you have warm moist air from like you're showering or whatever, goes up and hits that fan, it's going to create frost, and then it's going to melt, and you're going to have water dripping out of your fan. All right, so this is all done now, and I've got it running, and I tested it, and so I've got good airflow coming out of my thing there, and I'll show you in detail how I made that. Oh, excuse me, insulation dust. But what I'm going to do now is I'll just tape over that with some of that red tape to keep the water out of it until I get the the hood on. So but now it's ready. You know, I put my new roof deck down and my new shingles, I'm ready to go. I don't have to mess around with that. All right, most importantly was it gave me access. Doing it this way gave me access to get in here. Otherwise I would have had to probably take the ceiling out of the bathroom. Okay, so here's my penetration through the roof for that fan, and all I've done is just temporarily I've just put this tape over now to keep the water from going down in there. Again, once this is all done, it's going to be shingle. There's going to be an exhaust hood on there. This is just temporary so that it's ready for me when I get to that point. And what do you know, it's starting to rain again. It's kind of the story of my life here the last few weeks. So now I have to do the same thing on the front bathroom up at the front there. So get it to this point, and then that's done. And another thing I gotta fix is you can see these stacks here. This one is coming through the roof about a foot there, and that's proper. And you know, we'll be replacing the flashing with the new roof. You can see how that's been leaking, and you know, they've got caulking and stuff on it, so that'll be getting a new one. But you can see how much it comes through, and it has to come up through the roof, you know, so you get up above the roof so you're out of the snow and stuff like that. And I've got there's 4 of those up here. So I've got this one here, this is for the back bathroom. I got that one up there, which is for the kitchen, and I've got one here which is basically for the laundry area. But you can see how this one is just barely making it through the flashing, so I'm gonna have to make these longer, get them up to the same height as that one. This one, actually, the bracket that was holding it underneath had let go, and this one was actually had fallen down inside, and this was just an open hole here with the pipe down inside the attic. So that's the other one. So this one's good, I can leave that one. But then up at the front here, I've got the front bathroom, and so you can see again too how this one is short, so I'm going to have to extend that, and I'm going to be extending it from on the inside. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll show you when I get to that, but I'm going to cut that pipe and then put a section, you know, about a foot in between, and lift it up through the roof. There's room there for that pipe to slide up. It should come up. So yeah, hopefully that's the plan. All right, so now I just have to do the same thing on that front bathroom. Okay, so now on this end, so you can see this end has the overhang. And that's the way they do these. They put the overhang on the front to make them look fancy, and then around the back they don't. As part of the process now to get in there, I'm going to have to take this end off here. I'm going to get rid of that old attic ventilator and put that so I can get up in there to get to that fan from there. I can't quite squeeze through there. My tummy's too big to get in there, and but I'm going to make this open so I can go through there. And then once I get this fan and stuff all done in the attic space up here, then I will be continuing this box up, and we won't have this gable here anymore. We're just gonna have the overhang, and then this center feature here is gonna go up into it. So that's all again part of getting ready for the roof, because I've got the frame back to the wall and I need to close that in. If I leave it open too long, I'm gonna have birds and stuff getting in there. So it's been open for quite a while already. But yeah, that's kind of what up next. I'm going to tear this all apart here, take all that metal off of there, get that old ventilator out of there. That's an electric fan up there on a thermostat. I'm going to get rid of that and just clean that up so I can get access into there, and then I'll be reframing that section. Okay, so I got all that tin stripped off of there, and so I could get up inside there. And I'll just show you what we got going on here. So yeah, all there is just one truss out in the end here. which is going to get changed. But yeah, so I'm done with my bathroom fans, and that's basically what this video is all about. So I had to crawl way back in there in this insulation, and you see this on the top, you see this sort of gray. What that is just like 40 years of dust that's settled on there. So yeah, it was really dusty in there, but you can see right back in there, there's the black pipe going up onto the roof for that bathroom fan that I just did. Right, so now I'm going to fix those up on the top there. I'm going to fix those plumbing vents, bring them a little further out in the roof, and that's up next. Yeah, okay, so this is the other fan that I just finished working on, that I showed you that I had to crawl in from that end, from the front. And so here it is now. And again, this is just temporary. Once I put my OSB down and my shingles, then I'll be installing the new exhaust hood for it. But that's just to keep the water out for now. Okay, so now I'm going to work on extending these vents. So that's way too close to the roof. So I've got that one to do, and that one to do down there. So this one here, I was looking at this, and so what we have is a 3-inch pipe, and this is a 3-inch main stack that goes all the way down. And the way what I was thinking about doing was just to cut it in the bottom, down inside, just split it, and then add a piece in between, and lift it up that way. But this is actually a coupler on here, and this is how they did it from the factory. So obviously, at the factory they cut it too short, and to solve the problem and just get it barely out of the roof here, they just threw a coupler on it. So what I have is a piece of 3-inch pipe, and that's going to fit right down in there. So I will glue that in there and utilize that coupler that they left for me, and you can see how that's going to bring it up now, and it gets it up above the roof. And so that way we'll have it won't be a problem with snow and whatever. So that's going to take care of that. I'll just put some glue on that and glue that in. And so then the other one I have fixed is this one down here. So again, you can see that this is just barely making it through there. By the time I add a layer of 3/8 OSB, so actually 7/16 OSB, and then my shingles, that thing's going to be down inside again. And so I want to get that up kind of up like this, so it'll be like the other ones up here, like that one there. And so this one I'm going to cut on the inside and lift it up, and so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I'll head down inside and make that cut, and I'll show you how I'm going to put that piece to get this one to come up. Alright, so this is the pipe here. It's 1.5 inches. It goes down into the floor, and then it goes across and hooks up to the sewer pipe in the floor. But you can see it goes up here. Alright, and it goes through the ceiling up there. And I see I have a coupler there. So my plan is to cut it down in here. Cut it down in here somewhere and install this piece here, okay, which I've got a coupler on each end, and then I'll push the pipe up through the through the roof jack up there, through that flashing, and that should give me the height that I want. But I'm gonna have to make that hole a little bit bigger there in the drywall and around that plate there, so that coupler there can go through it. Otherwise, you can see when I go to push it up, it's gonna hit the drywall and the wood there, and it's gonna stop. So I'll have to open that up a little bit there first before I can push it up. And then when I get done with that, I'll just put some acoustical sealant in there to seal it back up. Okay, so I've cut that pipe and I've spread it apart. So I've pushed it up through the ceiling there. And so now I've got a good piece of pipe sticking up through the roof there. And now I'm just going to glue this section in using these couplers here, one on each end. And I'm just going to to glue it together with this. I'm using ABS. The black pipe is ABS, so I'm going to be using this ABS cleaner first. That's like a primer, and then I'll be putting the yellow cement in there. Okay, so there you can see I've inserted that little extension piece. There's one of my couplers. There's the second coupler, and so this is the piece that I've installed, and so that's the piece that I pushed up into the attic space there and out through the top of the roof, and this is the old pipe that was going down. Okay, I'll take you up on the roof now and show you what it looks like up there. Alright, so this is what it looks like on the top. So now you can see how by putting that little piece in down inside the home there, I've raised this up now, so I've got a good amount of pipe up there now. When it snows and stuff, it's not going to get covered, you know, with deep snow. It just brings it up that much. So now I've got, you know, that's old one that was good. I've repaired this one. This is going to go, we're going to get a new flashing for the new furnace. Still haven't decided what that's going to be. These big whirly things are going to go. I've got, I'm ready for my fan there down at the back. That's the back bathroom. I'm going to do the new roof. This skylight's going to go. This is a vent for the kitchen and laundry room area. That was good. This big whirly here is going to go. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to be putting in a series of roof vents in along the ridge here to replace these guys. And this is the other one that I fixed for the front bathroom. I've got that glued in there now, so that's all good. And yeah, so, and my fan here for the front bathroom. So we're good. We're ready to start work up here on the new roof. Yeah, so it's the first week of July here, and normally by this time of the year we're into some good weather. You know, we just get day after day, week after week. You know, we can go for a couple months now usually without any rain, but we've had a lot of rain, and you know, I wouldn't want to be up on that roof, the rain and the wind that we've had. Just on the weekend here we had torrential downpours again. So we have a break today, but we do have in the break in the weather, but we do have a severe weather warning out again. Thunderstorms and heavy rainfall is predicted for later today. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, folks, and the next little job I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my gable lens all closed in now that I've got all my work done up in the attic there, you know, ready for my new roof. I'm going to reframe this, take this box up, you know, into the new overhang there, and we're going to be going with a 12-inch overhang all the way around. I've decided that, and so that'll be one little thing in the next video that'll show you how I'm going to put that together when I get those gable ends closed up, keep the birds out of there. And sort of have the same thing on the back end here, where I'm going to, you know, get this sheeted in and closed up, and, you know, ready for my new roof overhang to come over, and the new framing that's going to support that. So that'll be the next video, folks. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Bye bye.